Shalom Israel, this is Sister Kana, and I wanted to start vlogging about this situation because I think it's necessary now. I mean, as you all know, anybody who is watching any of my other channels, the Poly Hustle channel and the COI Times channel, you know that I was receiving death threats and many different kind of messages which I didn't go into. Okay, and so I wanted to start talking about the situation because now, for one, that we have the holy days, and so my concentration, I'm more relaxed now. But I wanted to start letting people know because maybe this will help the situation. Ever since I had start inquiring about the holy days, which is now 3.5 years ago, or maybe 4 years, going on 4 years, I started receiving death threats and also marriage proposals. And I wasn't really paying too much mind, of course, to the marriage proposal because the death threats, I felt my well-being was at stake. So I concentrated more on the death threats. And because I knew that as soon as I started asking about the holy days, that these messages started coming. So my main focus, and it's always been on my spirit about the Most High holy days because of what He had shown me, like, up until, when I left America, before I left America, my whole ordeal, which is very well documented. So I wanted to, start talking about it because I don't know what else to do, but maybe talk about this. And what it is that I was receiving marriage proposals and death threats for the last 3.5 years now. Now, I have to say that the death threats recently have stopped. They have stopped for some time, maybe about 6 months now. The death threats have stopped. And it had gotten so bad to the point where I had to, turn around and start threatening people. And what I did was, because I know how the Most High deals with me, I know that the Most High have always fought my battles. It was all through my life, different things, situations have happened, which maybe eventually I can share, but I'm not going to go into it now, but it just gives me confidence in knowing how the Most High will fight for me and how He protects me. So when it comes to the point where I have to start threatening people, and bringing AHAYAH, the Most High, into it, I know it's really serious because I try not to speak that way unless I really have to. So these death threats had gotten to the point where finally I started letting them know. I was praying about it. I was praying always about it, but finally I had enough, and I had to let these people know that, the life you save may be your own. And if you threaten me or my family, then it will be your family or your life you will be concerned about. And once I start talking like that and I start putting it out there, that the Most High will react for me. So I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive that the Most High let these people know that He will take them out. I'm pretty sure. And because I know how He does, with me. So, I'm very confident when I speak about certain things or when I speak on certain things, is because I know how the Most High will do. So, I'm pretty sure that the Most High let these people know that He will take them out. I'm pretty sure. And for the last 6 months, I haven't received any death threats or anything like that. Praise AHAYAH, and I give all glory and praise to AHAYAH. And because I know how He, He fights my battles. But as far as the marriage proposals, that hasn't stopped, and it's been it's been 3.5 years, 4 years. As soon as I started inquiring about the holy days and things, I started getting these messages, and and because they were hacking into my accounts, going into my emails, and I created many accounts just to kind of like, put diversions so that people wouldn't, be concentrating on my accounts and stuff. That didn't help, anything. It's just like, so I always felt that it was a much bigger operation just than me having a hacker and a stalker and someone sending me like, random death threats or marriage proposals. I knew it was much more bigger than that. I know like how the CIA, it's very covert. If you're not paying attention, you will, not recognize how covert they are. And I know, looking at the music industry and things like that, how they like to use marriage as a weapon. That they'll, send someone and, someone to be interested in you, and then all of a sudden, you think that this person is just someone who's interested in you, and it turns out to be they're CIA. They've been working in this operation. They're inside your life, inside your household. They are, threatening your family. Now they got a hold of your family members. Da, 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 da. So when you let someone in your house, and and now this person's a CIA agent, and they're threatening you within your household, So that's what I was thinking, that's how I've always thought about it, is that, they would try to infiltrate you anyway, anyhow. And they've always had these kind of operations, kind of going on, where they would get into people's lives. And, look at some of the stars, especially with most of the black actors and actresses. You thought it was just a coincidence that a lot of them were married to Edomites. You know what I'm saying? You have Israelites, and then almost all of them are married to white people, to Esau. And you were wondering what's going on, everybody. No, this is one of the criteria that Esau gives in order for you to be successful. They'll put people in your life, and they will make sure that they have a hold on you. They will make sure that they're watching you. They have a way to threaten you if you get out of line. So it's a much more bigger operation. They will use marriage as a weapon. I know that they feel, that's how they feel about, especially black women, like we're so desperate, we need a man, and then that'll help you, that'll make me shut up, for some of the things that I had knew, and how some of the information I had came across. Now, I was supposed to be so happy that, someone is interested in me, or a man was, offering me marriage, that I was supposed to shut up, and so when the death threats didn't work, here it is now, all of a sudden, these marriage proposals, and they haven't stopped. I mean, it's very consistent, and it's been like 3.5 years. Soon as the whole holy day thing started, the marriage and the death threats started. It's just like, I've been very quiet about it, because first of all, I wasn't really paying it any mind, because my mind and my focus has always been on the Most High, and how he was dealing with me, and the holy days, and just all the stuff, the tabernacle, all these things was being discovered. And so I never even considered or thought about the whole marriage thing. But recently I was thinking that they try to use marriage as a weapon as well. So if they can't get you one way, they'll get you another way. So and I also feel like they just think black women are so desperate, and that you see all the videos they got up about the women and how black women are acting and stuff like that. So that was supposed to be a means to like shut me up, and I'm not supposed to say nothing because I'm supposed to be, I guess, in love or lusting after somebody, And so I just wanted to start vlogging about this, because first of all, the marriage proposals and that hasn't stopped, even though the death threats for the last 6 months have stopped. And I thank the Most High, and I know that the Most High had to get involved in that, because I know he fights for me. He fights my battles. We have to be very careful with Israel, because we are at war, and these people will do anything, whatever they have to do, to stop us from coming back to the Most High. And if it means them setting you up with someone, and now you're married to this person, and now there's certain restricting you in that way, outside of the whole obvious things like death threats and da-da-da-da-da. You know, because see, and we also have to trust the Most High, because the Most High said He will protect those within His borders. And that's why I did the whole presentation about the borders on the my blog spot, you know, with the Kadesh and the Holy Mountain and all that. The next thing is the borders, knowing where you are safe, because the Most High will protect you, and you don't have to be afraid. His word is true. You just have to make sure you do what He tells you to do, you know. And you know, that's why I'm not really operating in fear at all, because I believe the Most High. If He say He's gonna protect me, I know He's gonna protect me. And so, you know, I don't even doubt that. But it's just to see how this thing is unfolding, and how, you know, the tactics that people try to use, you know. And I have an idea, you know, where this is coming from. I'm pretty sure. But, you know, how do you prove something like that? You know, because I personally, I know how people perceive women, black women, like we're so desperate, and you know, and everybody want a man, and everybody wants to be married. I have nothing against being married. It's just that once I woke up to the truth, and I started to understand, you know, like the curses and why relationships were like they were and this and that, I just put in my mind that I probably wouldn't get married into the kingdom if I made it. If the Most High finds me worthy to make the kingdom, that's probably when I would get married, you know. So once I left America, you know, basically I died for Yashayah. I died for Christ. So I just wasn't thinking about anything like that, like marriage and, you know, finding a man, you know, and all that stuff. It's just something that I haven't really put focus on, because all this other stuff, you know, was consuming me. Learning about the Most High, learning the truth, finding out all this information. I never even thought about marriage, you know. And I praise the Most High for that, because, you know, I wasn't in that state of mind. So somebody sending you death threats, or you getting marriage proposals from different people, and, you know, just trying to throw you off, you know, and get you all in another, you know, zone, when you're not kind of like thinking like that. It kind of distracts you. And if the Most High is trying to do something and show you something or do something, it can really distract you. You know, love can be like, oh my gosh, you know. It could be overwhelming. It could be blinding, you know. And I think, you know, Esau understands that. You know, the powers that be understand that, and they try to use everything against us. And which brings me to, you know, even like brothers have to be very careful. You have to be very careful when these people just show up in your life, and, you know, may be perfect for you, and, you know, stuff like that, and then it turns out this person is an agent, or this person, you know, they have ties, and, you know, they're trying to manipulate you or stuff like that. Christ said He will separate the wheat from the tare. So right now we're dealing with the wheat and the tare, and you don't know who is who. You know, people are trying their best to try to act like they're true Israelites, and they may even look like Israelites, but they don't have the spirit of Christ. You know, you have to be careful. You don't know who is who until the end. And unfortunately, you know, Israel, we're being tested, tried and tested. I say this all the time. The Most High said that Jacob will not go unpunished, that there will be situations that we're going to go through tests before we actually get this kingdom. And it's mysteries. You don't know how these tests are coming. So you have to be very, very careful. I wanted to put this out kind of like a warning video, you know, and letting you know some of the things that I'm going through. That, you know, the hacking, people are in all my accounts. It hasn't stopped. They're watching me, every little thing I do. They're watching me. But I just wanted to put it out there about it, because it's been going on for a long time, and I don't know how it's gonna pan out. I don't even know how you really deal with something like that. But I know the Most High is gonna protect me in all things. So you know. Again, I just want to say thanks for watching. I give all glory and praise to AHAYAH by Yashayah, and I say shalom.